What are y'all doing? Did y'all have a good MLK day today? I did, but I'm tired now. I'm literally laying down, and I don't want everybody to see my bedroom, so I got my green screen on. Anyways, someone asked me if I take medication for my Tourette's, and is there medication for Tourette's? And the answer to that is I do not take medication. I have in the past, and there is medication for Tourette's. I have taken and tried more medication than I can count. And all of them have really bad side effects for me. When I was in the fifth grade, when we first started really like ramping up so I knew I had Tourette's at 5. We didn't know it was called Tourette's. We knew something was wrong. And my grandmother figured it out at 7 because my grandmother was really, 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 really smart. And she read a lot. And she read this article and she got me in to see this woman who was like one of only like maybe 3 doctors at the time who even specialized in Tourette's. So this is back in, I'm about to date myself, but this is back in 1982. So she got me to see this doctor. Doctor, they confirmed, like, yes, I do believe she has Tourette's, but there was no mechanism for diagnosis like there is today, where they can like actually look at your brain and they can say, oh yeah, your brain lights up in what's called the basal ganglia or the frontal cortex. We can see that that's probably that you have Tourette's along with the symptoms. Excuse my lips, guys. I bite my lips a lot. And so they're just they get dry in the wintertime. Anyways, so along with the symptoms, which is like you have to have like a vocal tick, which is like clearing your throat, or it could be anything, right? It could be, and it has to be repetitive and it has to last for like a year. Ticks. There can be a lot of other sensory type issues. There can be ADD. There can be OCD. Basically, our brains are spicy, right? They just do a lot of wild stuff. Like, I know I have probably ADD now at this age. I mean, I can't. You see, I just switched from talking about one thing to going to another. I can't follow it. Yeah, it's awful. But anyways, I have, my brain does a lot of really cool things. Like I have really good memory, really good recall. I have this thing where I can like, I don't know what it's called, something fantasia, where I can put myself in memories. So like, I can remember something so vivid, I can literally be standing in the memory and recall it, what the smell was, where it was, what time of day it was, what people had on. And I'm talking about going back till I was like 3 years old. I can remember. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse because you can't ever forget anything. Like I don't forget a thing. So you do me dirty, I ain't never gonna forget. Just remember that. I remember everything. I've had to become a very forgiving person because I do not forget. So, but the drugs kind of mess with my brain, which is to me my superpower. I mean, I'm a really good learner. I have really good, problem solving skills. I have good pattern recognition. Like there's things that I can do that have helped me overcome the hurdles I faced, with having this disorder. And the drugs for me really put a they stifle that for me. They make it really hard for me to function. They make me foggy brained, and like literally I'm nodding like I'm on that stuff. I'm like out here like drooling and stuff, and I can't live like that. Like it slows me down. I'm somebody who has to always be going, and it just slows me all the way down. I just can't. I have a lot of side effects on them. When I was like in the 5th grade, they gave me this drug that they've now figured out was like they were giving way too much of it, and I ended up in a coma in the hospital, and I didn't even realize I was in a coma. Like not a coma, like you're like like you see on TV, but like so sedated that they had to give me adrenaline to wake me up. So, they can be really scary. They're psychotropic drugs, and for me, I've tried enough of them. I'm like, I can't do it. I've tried gardening. If you know, you know. And though I've had some successful results with that, it leaves me paranoid, and it also messes with my brain. And so, anything that messes with my brain like that, when I already have so much going on, I'm not really interested in it. So I just stay away from that. But, they do have this surgery called deep brain stimulation, which I qualified for, which means this brain surgery. They have to put like a probe while you're awake, by the way, down into your brain, and they turn on these battery packs, which they like surgically implant into like where your collarbone is, and they turn it on and see like how much of the electricity that you need. And it's been successful for some people, but not everybody. And so it's experimental still for Tourette's. The issue is that the FDA won't pay for it for Tourette's, which means my insurance won't cover it, and it's a millions of dollars. So or hundreds of thousands, I don't know, it's a lot more than I have. The what do you call it? The trial will pay for the initial surgery, but they don't cover the battery packs that have to be replaced every 3 years. You have to go in, they have to cut you open, take the battery out, put the new battery in, and that's like $30,000 every time, if not more than that now. And so they just won't cover it. So I don't know. I mean, they have CRISPR now. CRISPR is a DNA genome editing, and I don't know if Tourette's will ever qualify for that, because Tourette's has a lot of external factors, and there's environmental factors, there's genetic factors that make up Tourette's. So I don't know that CRISPR would ever work, but hey, maybe they'll come up with something else. I don't know. For now, I try to regulate it by pain management, because since the collision, the tics are just out of control, and the pain is out of control, because like I said, I was hit hard, and my neck was the initial main injury, which then led to systemic overload in my body and created other injuries. So I try to manage my pain with physical therapy, chiropractic care, and massage. I don't take painkillers because, I'm just not trying to go out like that. So, yeah, I try to keep moving as much as I can, and then just thug it out. That's all I can do. So I'm out here raw dogging this life unmedicated. I don't know if that's good or bad. But anyways, yeah, there are drugs. I don't take them. That's the answer to that.